to start to talk about the history of insecurity in Nigeria, the history of farmers sellers clash and all. Yes, a lot of people are politicizing what is happening in Benue, politicizing what is happening in Plateau, politicizing what is happening in in different parts of Nigeria where these herders always attack innocent communities and carry out mass unalivings. It has happened in Enugu, it has happened in Edo, it has happened in Ondo State, it has happened in Benue. Is a constant thing. The Plateau issue is a constant thing. Now, last year, I did several live streams talking about insecurity in Nigeria, talking about the different aspects of insecurity. We talked about terrorism, we talked about farmer herders clash, armed herdsmen in Nigeria, the issue of banditry, we talked about IPOB, we talked about different aspects of insecurity in Nigeria, armed robbery, kidnapping, and many aspects of insecurity in Nigeria. My people, insecurity in Nigeria is not something that the government can solve with just a magic wand, because it is multifaceted, it is complex. Yes. And the major thing that people do with insecurity in Nigeria is to play politics. Already, the opposition has started playing politics with what has happened in Benue. And let me tell you, as much as you want to drag the people in government, and you want to call them all manner of names, the people of the opposition are as wicked. Yes. The opposition in Nigeria, they are also wicked. And I am not sure they're going to do better than the government that is in town. You know the reason why? Because at every point, there is this mass unaliving, this issue, this terrible things going on with the way people are unalived by these headers. We always want to play politics with it. Just as you're accusing the government of playing politics, you, the opposition, you are also playing politics. I can't see any objectivity in what is happening. Some people, I've seen several comments because I've been trying to do some research about what really happened. I've seen comments on the pages of these Benue people, but it was telling them, you said Benue is not a book, that you had just started. I've seen comments that said what you did to our ancestors during the Biafran War. I have seen comments saying that Benue voted for Tinubu to be recently, that Benue youth, they protested to support Tinubu. How many of those youths protested to support Tinubu? That we are this wicked about what has happened. Now let me tell you, everyone is playing politics because it's happening with insecurity in Nigeria, both the opposition and both the government in power. So accusing one another, pointing accusing finger is not going to help us. We need to discuss the issue of insecurity, especially the farmer herders clash, Boko Haram terrorism, and banditry in Nigeria. And then we need to discuss IPOB and what is going on in the southeast. All these things are multifaceted. That must be discussed. So in this discussion, I am going to be bringing historical perspective into what is happening with this farmer herders clash. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to bring the religious perspective. And I'm going to bring the identity politics that is going on. And I'm going to also bring the economic angle to it. There are many angles to what it is. It is a complex issue. It is a complex problem. And if we are going to be realistic, for those of you calling the federal government, even if the federal government says that Nigerian troops should go, I hope you remember that the headers, the armed headers in Nigeria have not been declared terrorists. If they have not been declared terrorists, the federal government will be going against our own constitution to say that they would.
This woman, you are talking of history. I don't understand what you are saying because I try to check what this woman stands for. I discovered that she's one-sided. These are tribal bigots, but they will go and look for one history, in one corner to try to use it to analyze, to bamboozle people who are not deep thinkers. Because anybody speaking in this country, just no matter how they try to hide, to try to be on the fence, you know that they belong to somebody, they belong to some set of people. You say that you belong to B or you belong to Tinubu. If you are siding somebody, you are defending somebody, come out with your full chest. Not that you are trying to paint it that you are trying to speak the truth. Which truth are you speaking? Now, if you talk about the insecurity that is happening, you are talking about the history of the insecurity, that it is political, the oppositions are this, oppositions are that. So what happened during Jonathan's time? Because the same APC, you are saying that they should not blame the government of the day. It's not the fault of the government of the day. The same set of people did the same thing. They did worse. So they did worse. They were all over the place. So are we going to say it was the opposition? They themselves, they were opposition. Tinubu and the likes of Buhari, Rufai, and Lai Mohammed, many of them like that, Shoyinka, all of them were talking about the insecurity that was going on that time. So are you telling us that it is the same set of people, the same Tinubu people, they were the ones behind the insecurity? Because if you want to go by history, you need to bring it from that angle. You cannot just tell us that oh, insecurity because it has been happening. That is the reason why anybody come and say what has been happening. We want to make correction. We want to do the right thing. We want to do the right thing. With what happened in Benue State, at the end of the day, they do all this shambolic gathering that they came to visit whatever. Did anything not happen 48 hours after Tinubu visited? Who talked about that? Nobody said anything about it. Is it not the same Tinubu and Erufai that said he was paying some people not to stop paying the innocent people? So they say, so you know them and you are paying them to stop it instead of you to arrest them. Whether they are in this country, they are outside the country, you are able to bring Nnamdi Kanu to this country. But if you are telling us that the people who are doing this, they are in another country, why can't you go after them? Not to talk of the people who are in the country, you cannot get them arrested and you are paying them. Is Tinubu not part of the people? Did he not? Did he not support them? Were they not together when they wanted to unseat Goodluck Jonathan? So if it is what is like they always say, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you are telling us that your positions are the ones behind the whole thing, meaning Tinubu too, they were the ones behind all this Boko Haram, the Chibok girls saga that happened that time. So if you are saying something, we need to balance it. Me, if I'm supporting anybody today, if you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow. The problem a lot of people have is that they are so tribalistic in nature. The person is doing something that is not right. You correct the person, no, this is not right, this is not right. You tell them this is how you are with them, but they will never say anything until when they are no longer in the same or they are not gaining anything again. So because this woman to me is not, she's not making sense. She's not making sense. How are we sure all the insecurity is not handwork of that man that want to be president at all costs? Which man is that? Insecurity that started over how many years is the work of who? Okay, we are not even ready to face the truth. Which truth are you talking about? That means Tinubu and all of them know about the insecurity that was going on as at that time. This is beyond farmers' elder clash. That is exactly what they want you to do. The same Tinubu was telling us that, oh, what of Evans? Oh, why were they accusing Fulani S-men this, Fulani S-men that? It is not. If you don't know the history of something, learn. What are we saying history? So then we should just leave everything. If you are in power, you are in power. If really you are sincere with good governance, you are in power. Do the needful and make sure that the crime is cut down to the barest minimum. Ah, I don't understand though. We lie to ourselves in this country. Everybody know that this thing is not good. I don't want to talk. Make you not be like saying, me talk. They will come after me. They will do this. So let's leave them because you don't want to tell the person the truth. If you tell the person the truth, the person will not. Because of what you are expecting, you will not get it at the end of the day. That is exactly what is causing the problem in this country. We all know the problem. The people who are in power, we know that they have done one thing or the other before. We know that they are not sincere, they are not genuine. But everybody make no be my mask they go take here now. No be me. I don't want me they go after me. I don't want them to go after me. That is exactly the problem we are facing as a people. So guys, let's say your opinion. To me, I don't think this woman is making any sense. The government of the day has all the powers to crush down this insecurity to the barest minimum. They won't do it. Instead of you to do it, are you telling me that the oppositions are more powerful than you? But Tinubu is making matter that those who want to ascend him, they are handicapped, they are IDP, they are political IDPs. But when it comes to what will save the masses, they won't do that. The other day, Remi Tinubu is talking about how money should be allocated to her, but she never made mention of or even talk about the children. We are not even talking of women. The reason why I'm always against that woman is that when women were facing problem in the hands of all these Fulani S-men under Buhari because they are in the same party, she didn't say anything. Now it's happened to children. They will not come say, now your mama be this. Make una continue. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this matter. See the hot.